how it works is it is boundaries. My girl understands that she can go hang out with guys. There's a boundary though. She wants to go hang out with guy friends. The relationship's over immediately. That's all it is.
Not a boundary.
Yes, it is. That is a boundary. If you cross this line, yes, that is a boundary. If she wants to go to the club, that is a boundary.
You know what?
You want to go to the club?
That's a boundary he set.
Yes, that is a boundary. If you cross this boundary, the relationship is over. That's all it is.
In specific different relationships, though, if I tell my man, you know what, I've had this friend since I was a kid. I'm not trying to let my friend go. Yes, I'll stop going hanging out with him. I'll stop talking to him. You know, if he has a girl issue and he want to call me at 11 o'clock, you know what? That's
why should your guy be okay with you hanging out with a guy that would fuck you if he could?
That's not what I'm saying.
What?
Answer.
No.
Answer. Time out.
Answer.
Real quick. Pause. Because I heard you said if I have a guy friend. We're not talking about if, should, coulds, maybes, all that other shit. We're going to talk about real life here.
I have a guy friend, Miles Butler. Shout out, Miles.
Yeah. Okay. And if your boyfriend said, I don't want you hanging out with him at all, texting him, anything, okay, I don't want none of that because that guy has been wanting to fuck you for 15 years.
Facts.
And if you gave him a chance, you would give up your relationship with the guy that you really care about over that kid that is literally trying to fuck you. That you might have known him your whole life, but he just wants to fuck. He only wants to fuck. Y'all are in denial that men only want to fuck y'all.
We do not think like y'all.
No,
so.
I
exactly, yeah, because y'all are women. Men want to fuck all the time. Women don't. So y'all assume that men aren't these man whores, but they are. They want to fuck you. If a guy is your friend, he wants to fuck. He wants to fuck.
If he's calling me, telling me his girl problems about him and his girl that have been together for 3 years, I'm sorry. That's making me mad because I don't like when people say that I can't have a guy friend while I'm in a relationship.
Hey, that's fine. You want to be single or choose a simper betas? You can do it.
I can make a boundary with my man though, because if my man has a, I'm telling you how high value men think. Okay, high value men do not deal with women with guy friends. You want to be with one of those normal dudes. He will let you have your guy friend forever. You can text him all you want. I'm telling y'all how high value men see shit, and we do not do fucking women with guy friends because they want to fuck you.
Men are highly insecure. Because I have a best friend.
Okay, it's called. Wait. It's called mate guarding. It is called mate guarding.
I have a best friend, Stefan Marslin, since we're shouting out besties.
Hey. Whole government names.
So Stefan is somebody I've known since I was like 15-ish. And ironically, his now wife, who they have a daughter together, I joke about it all the time. I hooked him up with his wife. His wife and I were friends. Mm-hmm. And so I hooked him up with her. Do we talk every single day? No. But the minute they decided that they had a wedding date, he immediately called me. It didn't matter what time it was. When I was going through some issues and he was going through some issues, we called each other. We talked to each other. And it wasn't just about issues. It would literally be calling just to say, hey, how are you? How's everything been? How's the family?
Click,
his family knew
and that's
me.
it.
My family knew him. Exactly. When he had his daughter, I was one of the first people to find out that his wife was pregnant. I was literally the first 5 people to know that his wife was even pregnant. They hadn't even announced it yet. So yes, if I get into a relationship with a man that tells me that a man that I have been best friends with for 15 years, who I've been to his wedding, who I've known about his daughter, I hooked him up with his wife, all of these things, yeah, we got a problem because you're so insecure that you're going to believe that a man whose wife that I know, who I'm very close with, and we hang out just as much as me and him hang out, you're going to tell me that I can no longer be friends with this person? You're insecure, and that's your issue.
I'll explain to you why everything you just said is completely irrelevant. Because once again, who's putting the ring on somebody's finger? If y'all want a guy that is valuable, I'm telling you what a valuable man.
You're not valuable.
Okay, look. If you think that is insecurity for a guy to mate guard and protect his relationship, you know how many breakups happen today? You know how many fucking divorces happen today? Because of women being hypergamous. It has nothing to do with
somebody you do not trust.
Do you know that women can be fully great? I literally posted a video today on Instagram, and it was a Christian woman who said she was getting torn apart in the comments, getting dragged like crazy because all she said was that she doesn't post selfies because her husband goes and works 14 days out of town. And she doesn't post a selfie because she doesn't want the devil even trying to tempt her. Oh, I know the devil. It's such a fucking wrong thing.
Oh, no, I was raised Catholic. So.
I mean, but why would you laugh at something like that? You think that it's not temptations when guys are trying to slide in and talk to your girl all day long when her husband is out of town working?
If you're with an attractive man, so yes or no, at least for you guys, would you go for an attractive man?
Yes.
Would you prefer your man to be attractive?
Yes.
Don't you find it just a little bit of an ego boost when you catch other women looking at your man?
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, because it's extremely attractive. Hold on, no. What you just gave an example of is something we all very much know in this space. It's called pre-selection. Women love men that other women like. Right. So yeah, but men are not the fucking same. It is the opposite. It is the opposite.
Here's where I'm getting at. We would prefer men to be. We don't mind our men being coveted. Here's the problem. If you can be easily coveted, that is the problem. I don't mind women looking at you because at the end of the day, I know you could walk into a strip club and walk out of there clean.
You're preaching to the choir. Like, this is something we preach all the time. We know that women like guys that can get other girls. We know that. That's a fact. It's the opposite for men, though. So your example is completely null and void. It makes no sense. I know it shouldn't be, but life is sexist. Reality is sexist. So that's how shit is.
I want to hear what Alicia.
That is life. Life is sexist.
You can change it.
No, you can't. You can't change biology.
Going on forever.
What is wrong with this? Is what's wrong with the world today? Is we're all trying to change biology. This is evolutionary biology. Take it up with Charles Darwin. Like, why are you mad? Like, why are people mad about how the world actually is? The facts. Yeah. Like, why are you mad? Like, why do you push so hard against the truth?
You can't change it, right?
Yes, the world is sexist.
Didn't you just acknowledge that our parents had a different relationship dynamic than us?
That has nothing to do with this.
So that means that millennials changed what the boomers had going on. So that means that you can change the dynamic.
You're talking about one situation, and just because it worked for them, and just because it worked for them, doesn't mean that works for everybody. This is a very exception to the rule. You're pointing at a personal thing that happened to you personally and saying, look, this is an example. It must be true. No, let's look at statistics and see the real truth.
I want to hear what she has.
Yeah, I want to hear what Alicia has.
Well, before we, zoomed past it, using your example again. So you said that when you don't want other people looking at your woman or whatever, or like
other people could totally look at my woman. I would love to go out and she can wear the most hoe thing ever at the club, and I want every guy knowing that's my fucking girl. Hell yeah, because that's my girl. But if she got to go out to the club wearing that thing without me, hell no.
But you should know what type of woman you have. Like, okay, she's gonna have people looking at her.
Once again, it's a boundaries thing. I have boundaries set up. If she wants to cross the boundary, she's more than welcome to. The relationship's over, though.
She's not gonna cross the boundary, though.
Exactly.
You should be able to trust her to do that.
Right? Well, no, she's the type of person where she's just not gonna cross the boundary. She's a wifey. She's a good woman.
Right.
I don't like now. Is there tons of girls though that as soon as you lay that boundary down, they're like, "Fuck no, I would never do this." And that's fine. Those women can go do that, but they might be mad and single at a certain age. You never know. Maybe they'll be happy. Is there anything else before we go to the next super chat? Yeah, let me just do the next super chat. Or is that it right there?
That was the we got to keep going. We got quite a few other super chats. This is the next one.
DC the Beast with the 5. Ask them who their female role model is. It will tell you if they are more conservative or liberal feminist. Who's your biggest female role model? She's like Candace Owen. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
I love Candace.
A female role model?
Get a life.
A female role model, someone I look up to.
Yeah.
Someone y'all may not know who she is, and I don't think I'm gonna pronounce her name correctly. But do y'all know who Vashiti Kola is?
No,
she's like multi-business owner woman. She works with Pharrell.
Okay.
So like very talented, very humble, very down to earth. Businesswoman.
You want to be a businesswoman, a boss babe.
I like her.
What about you?
My mama.
Your mama.
Once again, Miss Tiff, shout out. She was killing the game.
That's a good role model.
I would have to say, as cheesy as it is, it would be my mom. But also, as far as like an actual influencer, it would have to be between two people. Her name's Patricia Bright. She's in the UK. She's a Nigerian woman out there, very, very high fashion and beauty guru, and Jackie Aina.
Oh, I know who Jackie is.
Did you say your mom though first?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know either of those names though. Yeah. Go to the next one. Zoro's Loss, $5. Thank you, bro. A boss babe in their late 20s and older has been lied by feminism society and turned into the masculine, independent men they always wanted to marry, date. Yes, they did turn into men. I'm sorry. It's okay. The men turn into women too, so it's equal.
No, I still need a man.
Can I ask a question about this though?
Yeah, go in.
If a woman decides to become a doctor, does that make her non-traditional?
Technically,
because in history, yes, it started off men need to be doctors. Men know more than women. Women should not be a doctor.
I think there's some great women doctors. Like, I'm not going to lie about that. Yeah.
But if a woman does that same schooling, being a doctor is schooling. Yes, you have to learn everything. Like you have
I think
to be
it's a
able to learn.
great thing. Like I think that you should go through your career. And like, no, I don't. I'm not against any of those things. I just think that if you choose that route, you should accept certain realities of the world. That maybe you won't have the guy that you truly want, or maybe it might. Remember what I told you: the more income a woman makes because of hypergamy, because of the 58% rule, the higher up your income goes. If you're making 150K a year, you could try really hard to sell for that guy that might be really cool that makes 100K or 80K or something like that. But your hypergamy might kick in at a certain point, and you might kind of get annoyed about the fact making less than you. Now I might be wrong. You might be an exception to the rule. You might be. But I'm just telling you what statistics say.
If I'm around other people in my wealth bracket and I'm a single person and I'm around other wealthy people in my wealth bracket, I'm gonna go for the people in my wealth bracket. Right?
Yeah, but remember the like as you go up, the percentage gets smaller. Like think about how many guys make $100,000 a year. Women out earn men now in major cities. So you got to realize there's less and less men that make that income that you want. Now you're right. If you're around those type of people, but just don't forget at the wedding party, that doctor that you're looking up to, that's a 32 or 33-year-old or whatever it is, he might be showing up to the Christmas party with a hot little 23-year-old model. You never know because,
Okay.
but yeah.